Welcome to Southwest Desert, where adventure meets the arid beauty of the American Southwest. Join us as we explore the rugged landscapes, uncover hidden historical gems, and dive deep into the rich legends and culture of this iconic region. Subscribe now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on our latest desert adventures. Please leave a like or comment. This is very helpful. Let's journey together into the heart of the Southwest Desert. Imagine this. You're a construction worker in 1894, just trying to earn an honest day's wage digging hotel foundations. You swing your pickaxe into what you think is solid rock, and instead strike the richest gold vein anyone's ever seen. One swing, $1 million, one moment that would birth an entire town, and then watch it disappear forever. Today, we're traveling back to Colorado's Cripple Creek district, where the second greatest gold camp in world history spawned a mining town so extraordinary it literally existed inside a mountain. This is the incredible true story of Eclipse, a place where presidential visits, engineering marvels, and massive fortunes collided in the most unlikely way imaginable. The year was 1894 and Colorado was absolutely drunk on gold fever. The Great Gold Boom was in full swing across the Cripple Creek district, and fortunes were being made faster than anyone could count them. In the bustling business district of Victor, already earning its nickname as the City of Mines, construction crews worked day and night to keep up with the explosive growth. One particular crew had drawn what seemed like routine work, digging foundation footings for the finest new hotel in the district. The Victor Hotel was going to be spectacular, perfectly positioned in the heart of the business district, convenient to all the stores, with a railroad line practically passing the front door. It was the kind of investment that screamed confidence in the district's golden future. Day after day, the workers blasted and excavated, chipping away at the stubborn Colorado rock. The work was hard, dangerous, and utterly unremarkable. Exactly the kind of back-breaking labor that built the American West. Nobody paid much attention to these sweating men with their pickaxes and dynamite. After all, in a district where gold was erupting from the ground everywhere you looked, who had time to watch hotel construction? But then something extraordinary happened. J.R. McKinnock's worker drove his pick into what he assumed was just another chunk of stubborn bedrock. Instead, the metal tool punched through into something that would make his boss a millionaire. The pick had opened up one of the richest gold veins the district had ever seen, a glittering underground river of precious metal that would eventually pay out over $1 million in dividends. The gold coin mine had just been born, literally in the middle of downtown Victor. Now, finding gold in Victor wasn't exactly shocking news. This was a place where people were sinking mine shafts in their backyard gardens and striking it rich without ever leaving home. The strong mine operated right behind the railroad station. Victor had earned its reputation as the City of Mines, honestly. The entire city was built directly over miles and miles of underground shafts and tunnels, like a vast golden honeycomb beneath the streets. But the gold coin mine presented a problem nobody had faced before. When you discover $1 million gold mine in the center of a major metropolitan area, what exactly do you do with all the waste rock and tailings? You can't just pile mining debris in downtown streets. You need somewhere to put 30,000 tons of ore processing waste every single year. The solution was so audacious, so completely insane, that it sounds like something from a fever dream. The mine owners decided to bore a hole straight through Squaw Mountain. Not around it, not over it, through it. They started with a pioneer bore, punching through solid mountain rock with the primitive drilling technology of the 1890s. Then they enlarged it into a full tunnel, 4,000 feet of underground passage connecting Victor to the other side of the mountain. Some called it the United Mine Tunnel, others the Columbine Victor Tunnel, but everybody called it incredible. When the tunnel was completed in 1899, it represented one of the most ambitious engineering projects in Colorado mining history. But the tunnel was just the beginning of an even more extraordinary story. On the other side of Squaw Mountain, where the tunnel emerged into daylight, two Cripple Creek capitalists named H.E. and Frank M. Woods had an equally audacious plan. These weren't small-time prospectors. They owned the Golden Crescent Water and Light Company and had serious money to invest. They built something that had never been attempted in the Cripple Creek district, a massive mill using the revolutionary chlorination process to refine gold. The Economic Gold Extraction Company's mill was absolutely enormous, covering a good portion of the mountainside with its industrial sprawl. This wasn't some ramshackle mining operation. This was cutting-edge technology boasting a 300-ton daily processing capacity. Huge roasting furnaces burned crude oil that was shipped up from petroleum fields near Florence on the Florence and Cripple Creek Railroad. Picture the operation. Every single day, unrefined gold ore was loaded into rail cars in downtown Victor, transported through the 4,000-foot tunnel boring through Squaw Mountain, and delivered directly into this massive processing facility. The gold coin mine operated around the clock, feeding an endless stream of golden ore through the mountain to be transformed into pure precious metal. The scale was mind-boggling. The engineering was unprecedented, and it caught the attention of the most famous man in America. In 1901, President Theodore Roosevelt came to see what all the fuss was about. When Teddy Roosevelt looked at the massive installations on both sides of Squaw Mountain, the gold coin mine operation in Victor on one side, the enormous economic mill on the other, all connected by this tunnel through solid rock, he had just one word: bully. Everything was fresh, new, and operating at peak efficiency. If Roosevelt had any concerns about trust-busting or monopolistic practices, he kept those thoughts to himself. This was American industrial ingenuity at its absolute finest, turning mountains inside out in the pursuit of gold. Below the mill, something magical was happening. A town was growing. Eclipse emerged naturally, organically, like a gold rush town should. Houses and businesses sprouted along the bottom of the gulch, creating a single-street community stretching uphill from the mill. Workers found it convenient to live near their jobs, and soon Eclipse had a population, a main street, and all the rough-and-tumble character of a genuine Colorado mining town. The transportation infrastructure was remarkable for such a remote location. Dick Roloffs operated an aerial tram from the Cresson mine that terminated right in Eclipse, connecting through nearby Elkton to the Midland Terminal Railway Yard. The Florence and Cripple Creek Railroad brought in fuel and supplies. Low-line electric cars provided passenger service between Cripple Creek and Victor, with Eclipse right on the route. Eclipse was connected, productive, and profitable. Gold flowed through the tunnel, money flowed through the businesses, and everyone seemed to be getting rich. The town had everything it needed to thrive for decades. Except for one small problem. The gold processing technology wasn't nearly as efficient as everyone thought. The chlorination process was cutting edge for its time, but it was also incredibly wasteful. Massive amounts of gold were literally being thrown away with the processed tailings, but nobody realized it yet. The economic mill was making money, but it was leaving a fortune behind in every ton of ore it processed. That inefficiency would have consequences, but not immediately. For several golden years, Eclipse thrived as one of Colorado's most unusual mining towns, a community that existed because someone had figured out how to bore through a mountain to process gold more efficiently. And then in 1908, everything ended in a single catastrophic night. Fire was the great destroyer of mining towns, and when it came for Eclipse, it came with devastating completeness. The flames started in the economic mill, probably in one of those massive oil-fed roasting furnaces, and spread with terrifying speed. The mill burned, the town burned, The golden dream of Eclipse burned down to foundation stones and bitter memories. But here's what makes Eclipse's story different from every other mining town fire. Nobody rebuilt. Not the mill, not the town, nothing. The availability of newer, more efficient processing plants elsewhere made rebuilding economically questionable. Eclipse's extremely close proximity to the larger community of Victor eliminated much of the need for independent services. The fire had provided a convenient opportunity to abandon what was becoming an obsolete operation. Eclipse died not from lack of gold, but from inefficient technology and economic reality. The town had expired, as one historian put it, chiefly from the inefficient techniques employed by the industry that was its chief source of income. But the story has one final incredible twist. In 1915, 7 years after the fire, an enterprising operator secured a lease to rework the old dumps below the destroyed mill. Using more advanced processing techniques, he recovered $10,000 in gold that had been thrown away by the wasteful processing methods of the original operation. $10,000 of gold, just sitting there in the waste piles, waiting for someone smart enough to extract it properly. If you would like to see a lost gold story by where I grew up, click on the link in the description. Join my Patreon community and discover my art print products on my website in the links provided in my description and link above. Also, if you would like a particular image from my videos, give the timestamp for image and I will upload it to my website and Patreon. Thank you for joining your desert frontiersman Alan for another Southwest gold story. Check out my large catalog of Southwest videos and playlists on historical tales, legends, lost gold stories, and adult bedtime stories. If you like a certain image from my videos, tell me in comments and give timestamp. Happy trails! Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more great content. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.